Good evening, everyone. I would like to call to order the Raymore Board of Adjustment meeting on Wednesday, June the 24th at 6 o'clock. If everyone would please join me for a roll call first.
Board Member Martin. Board Member Bailey.
Here.
Board Member Hatcher.
Here.
Board Member Woods.
Here.
Board Member Burke, absent. Board Member Elgin. Here. Board Member Peden.
Here.
Thank you. If everyone would please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any personal appearances today? Seeing none, we will move on to the consent agenda. If everyone's had an opportunity to review the minutes from the February 11th, 2026 meeting, is there any discussion? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve them?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from February 11th, 2026 meeting.
Do I have a second? Thank you. All those in favor of approving the minutes from the February 11th, 2026 meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Next, do we have any unfinished business? Seeing none, we will move to new business. We have case number 26006, located at 606 Meadow Court. It is a front yard setback variance. Is there anyone here this evening to speak about that? Public hearing. I have to open the public hearing at 6:02.
Okay, we'll go ahead and start with the staff report. Before you this evening is a planning application for case 26006, a property at 606 Meadow Court, and it's for a front yard setback variance. The application was filed by property owner Kendall Rupert, and this is here in attendance tonight, requesting a variance to the Unified Development Code, section 405.030B1, allowing for a detached garage to project into the required front yard setback of lot 92 of Evanbrook. This property was zoned R1 Single Family Residential District on November 9th, 1990 by the City Council. And the third plat of Evanbrook, which this lot is a part of, was approved by the City Council on February 22nd, 1993. When Lot 92 of Evanbrook was platted, it featured a 30-foot build line. The build line simply establishes the nearest location a principal structure may be built from a front property line. This property in particular has two front yard areas, considering it's on a corner lot, one along Meadow Lane and another along Meadow Court. When a permit was eventually issued for the lot, the builder proposed to pull the building 8.5 feet behind the build line that runs parallel to Meadow Lane. As a result, the area of the lot where accessory structures could be built was limited further than if the builder would have built the home at the build line, which was a more typical practice. With the backyard of the home constrained for space, the applicant is requesting to construct a new two-car garage that will extend into the front yard area along Meadow Lane. According to the applicant, the building, according to the application, the building wasn't to encroach past the 30-foot build line, but will encroach into that front yard area. The garage will be accessed from the existing driveway off Meadow Court. No new curb cuts along either frontage are proposed. An existing storage shed is in the location of the proposed structure, which will get removed. And there is also a fence that exists there too that the applicant has mentioned they were going to be replacing, keeping it in its same alignment, but replacing. I just want to kind of put something up on your screens here so I can kind of describe the difference between a platted build line and how this front yard sits on this lot. Okay, so if you guys can see that there. So So here we have the corner lot. This is lot 92 of Evan Brook third plat. What we see here is the lot, and you can kind of see faintly right here is a solid line, and then it turns kind of following the property line in terms of parallel. That's the 30-foot platted build line that was platted as part of this lot. Later on, after this lot was platted, a builder came back and proposed to build a home where you can see it was actually set back 8.5 feet from that build line that's kind of pointed out there. So what has happened is typically on corner lots and even in this subdivision, these homes are up against the build line. Since it was pushed further to what I believe is somewhat to the north on the lot, it further restricted where they could build some sort of accessory structures, kind of making that backyard a little bit smaller and constrained for space. And so I wanted to just kind of point that out as we're talking about build lines and like the front yard and that sort of thing. So their front yard extends from the front corner of the house all the way out to the front property line on both sides towards each of the streets there. And essentially that hashed area is where you wouldn't be able to have any accessory structures. All right, and then move over to here. So the properties to what is generally to the west of this lot are built at the 30-foot build line. We looked at the building permit records, and they're actually up at their 30-foot build line. What staff is supporting is that we allow the accessory structure, this detached garage, to be built into the front yard area, but no further past, at the build line, but no further past. Essentially what that would mean is if you're standing in the front yard and there's a photo in the packet of an image of the front of the house, and you can see that fence line as it looks towards the west there. Essentially, if you build, let's say at the build line, that would be right there in line with the homes that are there behind it. So your structures would all kind of still follow that same line. Yes, it is in the front yard area, but as we kind of call out in the findings of fact, that we feel that there's enough uniqueness going on here with this lot, given that it's been kind of further pushed to the north due to the builder deciding to push it 8.5 feet further, constraining the backyard, that that should be considered allowing it in the front yard, not past the build line. So with that, staff is recommending that the Board of Zoning Adjustment accept the proposed findings of fact and approve case number 26006, variance of development standard, and be happy to answer any questions.
I have a couple. Is this actually a true detached garage, or is it an addition onto the side where the garage is now?
It's a true detached garage.
Okay, so there will be space between the house and the garage?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And are there that's acceptable in the subdivision? There are other detached garages in the subdivision?
I'm not sure whether or not the subdivisions, like if there's an HOA and whether or not they would regulate that further than what the city allows. But that would be something, if that exists, between the property owner and the HOA to come to that level of acceptance. If that is a thing, I'm not sure, and the applicant is here,
Okay.
they could probably answer that question.
Okay, all right. And then I'll ask the applicant about the fence then too,
Okay,
at that time.
sure.
Okay?
I do have a question. So you're saying that the addition is not going to encroach upon that 30-foot front yard setback?
That's what we have written in the staff report as in support of allowing to encroach into the front yard, however, not passing the build line. And the applicant is here and has a slightly different request. We're going to pass out a handout to you for you to look at, and then they'll be able to speak and explain what their request is.
Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how you put a two-car garage on 8.5 feet.
It wouldn't be in between 8.5 feet. It's going to partially be into the backyard as well. It'll extend. I think it's maybe 24 feet wide or 22 feet, 24 feet wide. But you can take a look. That's a little a sketch diagram that they had put together to kind of show you how that would lay out.
Ah, okay. That makes more sense. So I was like, how's that gonna work?
That makes much more sense.
So I read something that said this was typical of the developments in the 90s. Does that mean that the setback lines are typically different in the newer subdivisions now, or?
A lot of the newer subdivisions feature a 25-foot
Okay.
front yard setback
So it's
or
still
or
kind of
build
within line
So,
of-
yeah,
Okay.
not that you don't completely not see a 30-foot, but oftentimes, especially in newer subdivisions, there are 25s.
Okay, thank you.
Is this garage going to be for personal use or business or?
It's personal use.
Thank you very much. Would the applicant like to come forward now?
How you doing?
State your name and address, please.
Kendall Rupert, 606 Meadow Court.
Great, thank you.
I don't know what, with the drawing that they gave you, there is a little bit of a variance that we're talking, where the purple and the red and the black all intersect. That would actually put me over the build line about 5 feet in that corner to square the garage up to the house, to not make it all the way behind my house type thing. And that's kind of, what I'm also asking of tonight, if that is all possible.
Yeah, this drawing answered a lot of questions.
Okay.
And trying to understand, I'm
And
a
also
visual
too, what
person.
we were told when we bought our house, we live in Evanbrook, the builder of the subdivision, Bob Evans, built this house for his daughter. So whatever they did as far as moving it around and did all that, I have no idea. Like in the cul-de-sac, the 4 houses were built all for family members. They were like the first
I
ones.
can tell by the size of the lots.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what is going to occur with the fence?
It's gonna remain there. It's just gonna be a new cedar picket fence. I
With
mean,
gates for where the driveway is gonna
yes,
go? And will
yes.
the driveway be cemented?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, and the garage would we have glass garage doors on the house that all match the same pitch of the roof. I want to make it a piece of my backyard also. I got a couple classic cars that are gonna be parked in there, so I want to see them when I'm in my backyard, so we're gonna put windows and stuff in it.
After the meeting, we wanna know what
Just going to
kind.
ask you what the garage is going to be used for.
What's that?
I was going to ask you what the garage is going to be used for.
Yes, I got a 57 Porsche
Cars.
Speedster, and I
You're not
got.
going to work on those cars?
No, I'm collision
gonna have a
work,
paint
and I
rack?
have my own shop, and I do all that stuff at where I work.
Yep, no
This is
lifts,
just
no
my
paint
storage.
rack,
Plus,
no
we have a
nothing.
golf cart. My daughter just started driving, and she's got a pretty fancy car, so she wants to park inside too. So, it's just all basically storage for our vehicles. I'm a car enthusiast, and I just need a place to keep them.
I'm asking that question because when I used to live on this side of town, they put one behind my house. And it was just going to be a garage to park his fast cars and his little cars, and turned out he had a paint.
No.
Put paint in it, he had a lift in it, turned out to be a damn garage, excuse my
No,
French.
not at all. I do that at work. I don't want to do it when I get home. I want to wax them and drive them. I have no interest of fixing other people's cars, and I just do it for myself at work, and I store them at home.
So I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. The fence is going to be in the exact same place?
Correct.
Thank you.
And one additional question, are you aware of, do you have an HOA?
We do not have an HOA.
Thank you.
So from this sketch, basically, you're taking one step beyond what our initial packet was, and you're saying.
Yeah, I think that was a
Going to be
communication, a
the
little bit
corner
of
of that building
communication
going beyond the
thing.
build
Yeah,
line.
I just trying to turn the building for aesthetic purposes, so it's squared with the house and everything. And we're talking that little pie section right there over the build line, but behind the current fence line.
You know what that distance would be to that corner?
It's 5 feet.
5 feet, so
Yeah.
take your 30 down to 25, which would be kind of consistent with newer builds now.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any other questions for the applicant? Okay, seeing none.
There is, one good-sized tree I hate to take out. We're going to take it, but we're going to plant new ones. There is a couple that we're saving through the project also. So,
Okay,
trying to be a good neighbor.
thank you very much, I appreciate it.
All my neighbors were cheering me on earlier.
Thank you,
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. We're going to make a motion about, With that said, I'm going to close the public hearing at 6:15. And now that you've asked about the 5 feet, Ben, can you make a motion based upon, can we go ahead? Okay, I'd like to go ahead and have a motion made by Ben with the additional 5 feet, if you want to do that.
Yeah. So I would make a motion that we accept this sketch to basically take an extra 5 feet from the build line for the corner of the garage, according to the FHA plot plan.
And I'll second that.
Thank you. Having a motion and it's seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes for case number 26006, located at 606 Meadow Court, regarding a front yard setback variance with a slight deviation from the original agenda of 5 feet past the build line for just the corner of the garage, per the sketch. Okay, all right, thank you all very much. Staff report.
Thank you. Just a couple things this evening. First and foremost, I'll thank the applicant. They were very patient with us through the last couple of months. We had to cancel a meeting and then reschedule a meeting. So I appreciate the board being flexible and the applicant for being patient while we got to tonight's meeting.
And I'd like to express my sincere thanks again for my personal family issue and needing to cancel at the last minute.
And we did, Board Member Woods had asked earlier, since we had postponed the meeting, we initially sent out mailed notices with this request. Since the board agreed to continue it to this specific date, the code does not require that we send new notices, but we did email from the utility accounts that we have to the neighbors, and we heard from 2 of them, and both of them were in support of what was going on. So no issues there. So thanks again for the flexibility and the patience. Number 2 is I did want to welcome, we have a new administrative assistant in our office now. Catherine has joined us. She previously was in the city clerk's office. Emily, who was here for the last 5 years, took another position in another city. And so we were fortunate to steal Catherine from across the hall and bring her over to the fun side of City Hall.
Thank you. Well, welcome, Catherine.
So you'll see her at all the meetings in the future and anything you have to do at the front counter with the city.
We tried to behave ourselves for your first meeting.
Try.
We tried. It's not over yet.
And then lastly, in your packet was a report for the month of May for the department. So if there's any questions on that, I'm happy to answer any questions. But another busy month of permitting and a lot of our subdivisions. So the same thing happening this month in June. So I'll be happy to send that report out to you all at the end of this month for June as well. We really don't have any pending variance applications at the moment or any that look like they'll be coming in. So I think for next month, we should be able to go ahead and cancel that meeting. So we'll follow up here soon. And outside of that, that concludes staff report, and we're, of course, happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. Do any board members have any questions for staff or any comments? Seeing none, are there any other public comments? Seeing none, can I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting is adjourned at 6:19. Thank you very much.